Welcome to Nerdmazing, where aliens who impersonate Elvis in tight black leather clothing is not the weirdest thing we've reviewed here. And with the new live-action Lilo and Stitch movie coming out from Disney, which I'm really excited about, so is all the merchandise for this movie, flooding store shelves everywhere. And even NECA is getting into the action, releasing their Elvis Singing Stitch Ultimate action figure. And they're putting out the Stitch based on the cartoon series, and I have to say, it looks great, but there are some issues with this action figure, which I will address in this showcase. So, let's go ahead and check out this Elvis Singing Stitch. And please, don't throw your underwear at him. Now, we definitely have to check out the packaging first, because that is law before you rip a figure out. So, looking at the front of this Elvis Stitch, we've got the character right up here, guitar, chair, two alternate heads as we can see. Down here, looks like we got a set of eyes and maybe alternate hands, it looks like. Right now the head parts are kind of hard to see. It looks like they're wrapped in individual plastic, but not to worry, we will see those later. And it's a little bit different packaging for a NECA figure. I'm more used to the ones that have the front cover, so this one's completely exposed. There's no lid or no door that we open up as I see in other NECA figures. So why they do that, don't know. Maybe that's because those are the movie lines versus this is a Disney deal, so who knows. But on this side here, we have a great toy photography shot of Elvis Stitch, really getting into the groove of this, so love that. Love the lights right here. Stitch hip right here, as well as Elvis right there. Flipping it to the other side, another great toy photography shot, this time with his eyes open. Very nice, very nice. The top, nothing exciting. Though, just saying, the Elvis Singer Stitch, Ultimate action figure. The wonderful people from NECA who made this figure possible. You guys rock. Disney logo, awesome. Thanks for making Stitch, Lilo and Stitch. Love that show. Can't wait for the live action version. And then the best part, the back, where we see Stitch in all his Elvis glory with the leather jacket, the guitar, the chair for whatever reason. Somehow, I don't think this figure is going to be able to sit on that, but hey, whatever, who cares? And they do give you instruction, because guess what? It looks like his hairpiece. Did Elvis have a hairpiece? Who knows? But pops off for whatever reason. I think that's maybe to help change out the ears if need be, as well as the eyes. So we got different ways of doing the eyes, we got different ways of doing the ears. Shows all the available parts that come off. Actually, I do think he has different hairstyles, so that's why the hair comes off. Now I just realized that. All right, awesome sauce. Let's go ahead and open this figure up. All right, let's talk accessories, because this Stitch figure has a lot of them. And you can't be an Elvis impersonator without some hairstyles. And you get 3 Elvis wigs right here with a great sculpt. Look at these wonderful, just sculpted lines for the hair. You can almost feel like they each have individual hair strands sculpted in. And they're in that nice jet black look as his leather suit is, his leather jacket. And how these attach, there is a divot right in here where, as you can see on these head sculpts, there is a little spike right in there that allows us to connect right inside there. But there is an issue with this hairpiece, and let me show you. Because with the slightest nudge, or if you're trying to pose Stitch's head in just the right way with the toupee on, this hairpiece will actually just fall off and not stay put. Kinda like Stitch. Now, Stitch does come with an alternate set of hands, as we can see right here, which are a open style hand, which I think are used to help him grasp this guitar piece right here, which is a great guitar looking piece. Nice bright red, little black, got the guitar strings right here, and I love how the fact that they have a movable strap like so, and a nice soft plastic. So this is gonna allow Stitch right here to shred some Elvis tunes. And you get 2 alternate heads for Stitch right here, which he has an open mouth version showing all his teeth, and a slightly open mouth version, kind of a little bit of a grin showing some of his teeth, as you can see right here, with 2 different sets of eyes already placed inside. And with this head, he has the ears that droop down, and they do come in a ball joint style. They're easily, you can just take them out to replace them should you want to switch out with the ears that stand up. And for some reason, this Elvis inspired Stitch comes with a little chair like so. I don't know why. This is probably an Elvis thing, not a Stitch deal. And you got me why it is in here. I honestly don't think that Stitch can actually sit in this chair, because I don't, unless you balance him just right. But it's kind of fun to have. Maybe we can use it for toy photography or something else. And lastly, he does come with a set of closed eyes, as you can see, for both left and right. And how you use these for the alternate heads, and it works for all of them, is taking one of the heads, you just simply work one of the eyes out, and as you can see, it has a full piece right here, like so, and it's got a little insert for the eyes. So this being the, let's see, this is my left, you just take it and press it in like so. But you could run into a problem with inserting the eyes, and let me show you why. With these eyes, if you're not installing them properly and pushing them in hard enough, well, they could just pop out just like that. I was gonna tip them over, but no need to, so there you go. Now let's go ahead and check out the articulation of this little Stitch right here. With the head, he is on a ball joint, so he can spin around a nice 360, side to side really well, up and down, great. Only restricted by the collar right here of the leather jacket, that's hard plastic, but a great range of motion. Ears are in a ball joint as well, can spin around, back and forth, and up and down, as you can see. Really nice right there. T-motion at the shoulder, let's give that, that's its range right here. So not too bad. Putting that around, let's go ahead and see. It does spin around at the shoulder, as you can tell. Not too bad. Single joint right here at the elbow. The wrist portion spins around at a nice 360. These are such tiny hands. That's surprisingly good wrist articulation right here, pointing inwards. And a little bit back on the outward motion, but they kind of go back to reset. Restriction a little bit right here, but not too bad. Alright, that seems to be about it on there. Doesn't look like there's anything on the torso that I can tell. Nope. The legs. Ooh, really nice 360 right there. There is some kind of on a ball joint. Some side rotation right there at the hips. The legs, these tiny, or legs, the feet actually. Tiny little feet, they do spin around, and you can actually see there, well, Gordy can see, but it feels like it's on a ball joint as well, so there is kind of rocking, if you can tell. Obviously there's a bit of limited motion due to the size of the leg, but it does have some articulation, surprisingly. Shockingly, no foot pegs right here, no hole for a foot peg display. And that may be due to the size, it couldn't do it, so it makes me kind of wonder how well this figure is going to stand up. Let's just see. This seems to be a natural stance. Give it a go. And there you have it. Balance issues on this Stitch. I think it's because of how he's built, the head, the tiny little feet. Probably the hair's not going to help either. But every now and then, you are going to get lucky and he will stand up. You're just gonna have to be patient on getting the right balance on this action figure. Now, as mentioned earlier, this figure is stated to be around 3 inches tall. Now, when you put the tallest Elvis hair on him, he actually comes out to be about 3.5 inches tall, which is substantial for a hairpiece. But once you take the Elvis hairpiece off, he actually does stand out to be about 3 inches tall, from the bottom of his feet all the way up to the top of his ears. Now, with this Elvis-inspired Stitch, we have a nice sculpted Stitch, as you can see. He is great, and he is actually kind of small. So we'll check out the measurements in itself, but he does stand, no spoiler, at about 3 inches tall. And this is the cartoon version that you saw in the cartoon movies, as well as the TV series. And I really hope that he translates very well into the live action stuff, which he does look great in the trailers. He's got the big great eyes, as you can see, with that little bit of gleam right there. Nice coloring throughout. I mean, it is just spot on perfect, as you can see. I love the fact that Stitch has that oversized head of his on this little small body, and with a little pudginess right there that he's known for. And he's definitely just got that devilish charm of a prankster that he is on the show, just always getting into trouble. And this is hilarious. With that open portion of the jacket, you get a little bit of his chest hair sticking out. That is hilarious. And the leather jacket in itself, nicely black. You can see all the pockets going on right here. And I love how it's like really super tight on him. You can see all the stretch marks. It's just super form-fitting. Like a leather jacket would be, probably of an Elvis style. And it's even modified here at the back to allow his little nub of a tail to kind of like poke through. That's awesome. And I love the fact on his ears, they didn't give him the clean type of ears. He always has a little bit of that battle damage with little sections kind of like just ripped away or broken apart just from like being Stitch and getting into the trouble that he does get into. But overall, this is a great Stitch from the cartoon series. And I have to say, if you're a Disney fan, if you're a Lilo and Stitch fan, definitely something to consider getting. And there you have it, part Elvis impersonator, part alien, part DIY repair project. It's still a great Disney action figure, but it does have some issues. Just to recap, there's balance issues, there's the eyes popping out, and that Elvis toupee that keeps falling down every time you move the head. Yet even with all these little quirks, I still think it's a great collectible. With the new live action movie coming out, and if you're a fan of Lilo and Stitch, it's definitely a piece I'd be adding to my Disney collectible shelf. Do you want to check out more NECA action figures that are going to make your wallet cry, but your collectible shelf happy? Check out this video right here. Well, this is Adam with Nerdmazing, and I'll see you next time. Bye!